and welcome to Wake Up with Dr. Cheryl. Our show is about transformation in wealth on all levels, whether it is money, assets, relationships, nature, spirituality, and love. There is wealth in all of these. It's time to wake up and save yourself and our humanity and planet. I'd like to start with a joke. A little boy got on the bus, sat next to a man reading a book, and he noticed he had a collar on backwards. The little boy asked why he wore his collar that way. The man, who was a priest, said, "I'm a father." The little boy replied, "My daddy doesn't wear his collar like that." The priest looked up from his book and said, "I'm a father of many." The boy said, "My dad has 4 boys, 4 girls, and 2 grandchildren, and he doesn't wear his collar that way." The priest, getting impatient, said, "I'm a father of hundreds," and went back to reading his book. The little boy sat quietly, but upon leaving the bus, he leaned over and said, "Well, maybe you should wear your pants backwards instead of your collar." Start being yourself, genuinely and proudly. Trying to be anyone else is a waste of the person you are. Be yourself. Embrace that individual inside you that has ideas, strengths, and beauty like no one else. Be the person you know yourself to be, the best version of you on your terms. Above all, be true to you, and if you cannot put your heart into it, take yourself out of it. Today, I am feeling rather philosophical and divinely driven to share as I am. Hidden treasures. You can excavate treasures every day. Hidden in experiences of illness or disappointment are jewels of wisdom waiting to be excavated. Regardless of how these gems disguise themselves, you can discover them like diamonds in the rough. You can recognize the pearls of insight inherent in every challenge. You no longer attempt to solve your problems with limited thinking. Instead, turn within to discern how to unearth your golden opportunities, your divine inheritance. You will receive guidance and know what is yours to do. You can use powerful affirmations as a tool to extract your treasures, and you can trust your life will be beautifully enriched. I will give you the treasures of darkness and riches hidden in secret places. Isaiah 45:3. This is more wealth of insight and tools for you and to be shared. As a man or woman thinks in heart, so is he or she. Proverbs 23:7. Do you know that you will never rise above the image you have of yourself? When you see yourself as poor and defeated, then you're going to live a poor and defeated life. You are all designed to succeed in life. And the first thing to do is be full of gratitude. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. This allows you to receive more to be grateful for. We have a very special guest this evening, Jimmy Hayes. Jimmy is originally from Brazil. He grew up in an orphanage until he was 10 years old. At 10, he was adopted by an American couple that lived in Gilroy, California. He spent years in transitional homes and wasn't grounded for many of them. In and through his travels of life, Jimmy has ended up in Marin County for many years. Jimmy attends College of Marin and works in the food industry. He has come through many incredible challenges, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to have him on our show, to be an example of how challenges are opportunities. He is a young man that has been dealt hardship emotionally from the very beginning, and he has and is dealing with it with a good sense of humor and from a philosophical approach. Jimmy also has a 6-year-old son, which he proclaimed to me was the love of his life. He also uses his high energy, ADD energy, in a positive way. Jimmy is a spokesperson for the Ambassadors of Hope and Opportunity, otherwise known as AHO. Jimmy has some high aspirations and are admirable, for which we'll share later on the show. This is the second part of our discussion with Jimmy. Welcome, Jimmy.
That's how HO, Ambassadors of Hope and Opportunity, began. And so we went and met a lot of leaders Hal Brown gave us some money, and it was a great guy. Enjoy him. And went to Susan Adams, Charles McGlashan. A lot of people, met a lot of people out there, met a lot of the community leaders. It was really, really great. It was really nice. It was really neat to be part of a movement to help homeless youth get off the street, get back to community, navigate rental agreements. We're pretty much like a safety net for them, for people who fall through the cracks.
Yeah.
And that was me at a time. I wasn't that I was a bad person or anything. It's just the system had cracks.
Yeah.
And so,
well, it still does.
Of course. And so, so Zara and I began this work and went around and helping out, and it was all word of mouth. And we went, raised money. It was great. It was wonderful.
So how did you go raise money?
We did car washes. We did bake sales. We did benefits. We threw a youth connect at the Mile Teen Center, and
where is that now?
It was.
I know it was right across the street here.
Yeah,
that's where Jacqueline.
Yeah, it was where at the mic at the. It was like on A Street or B Street somewhere.
Oh, okay.
But it was near Maxwell Cleaners.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's right. It was right across the street here. But didn't they move or did they shut down?
No, I believe they're still doing something with it.
Okay. Because I know I put my daughter through a little training thing when she was in high school.
Yeah.
She worked there for a while to get her first hands-on experience.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we did a benefit there, and we had haircuts, we had clothes. It was like a one-stop shop to where Youth in Marin, and we promoted it where Youth in Marin could come in, and just get help from getting a job to getting clothing to getting their haircut to getting stuff like hygiene products,
right?
Toothbrush. Clothes, maybe bus passes, and such.
And
so
food as well.
Food vouchers, and also places to where they could work, to where they could also get food like during the,
right, as part of their salary or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was great, and we helped a lot of people. I think 150. So
good, yeah, because Marin being more of a wealthy community, there's this. We need to share the wealth.
Well, yeah, and also in Marin, there's the youth here who are homeless. They're invisible homeless. That's what AHO helps.
So they're not invisible. They're getting help. That's where the cracks go.
They're invisible homeless because they sleep on couches and such. They're not the homeless people that you see on
the street.
Like on the street.
Yeah.
They're
most of them are young, aren't they?
Yeah, they're 16 to 25.
Yeah.
We help 16 to 25 get affordable living and rent, jobs and such. So
are you still involved then with
Yes,
it?
I'm still involved. Yeah. Yes, I'm still involved, and they meet on Thursdays, and I believe you could talk to Zara about where the whereabouts will be.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be talking to her anyway, because she wants to send Ben and I forget the other guy's name. Anyway, they want to come in and see what's going on here.
That'd be great.
Yeah, because I did get on the website and I saw the videos that were on there. And
well, thank you very much for being proactive about that. That's the other thing that happens is when people get a good idea,
you got to go for it.
Thank you.
You got to go for it.
Because otherwise, it's just a good idea.
No, I learned a long time ago that I listen to my higher self, and when I'm being nudged, it's like last night I didn't listen to myself when I saw that guy that I used to work with, and I hadn't seen him probably for 8 or so years, and he walked by, but I wasn't sure if it was him, and I was waiting for you, and I thought, oh no, if I start talking to him, then if Jimmy comes, then what am I going to do? So and I wasn't sure. I kept looking, and then I got up and I watched him walk away, and I didn't do anything about it, but I called him today and I talked to him.
Nice. So there you go. See? Wow. See, and I wish I could be more like that.
Well, if you don't act on it, it's taken me many years to get to that point.
Everything is great in theory. it's about putting it to work. Because it's
actions speak louder than words.
Yes, they do, and so, and it's fear that will hold you back from doing the action if there's anything holding you back.
I'm trying to think the acronym for fear. I have forgotten temporarily, but I'll think of it.
False expectations.
Yes, appearing real. Yes, thank you. The expectations I got stuck on. Yeah, and it's true. There's another acronym for it too.
I believe it.
You know, anyway, it's true. I mean, fear is one of the biggest diseases there is in I think the whole planet. You know, and it's like if you have enough faith, and faith is a huge word, beyond yourself. You know, faith and beyond yourself, and you're in tune, in vibration with that higher self, there's nothing that will stop you.
No.
As long as your intention is good. But then it would be in good anyway when you're in tune with your higher self, because it's always going to be positive and successful, and I pray that everybody can feel that unconditional love. That's what life is about.
I agree.
That's what it's all about. And so, you know, we live in a wealthy area, you know, and I just want people to wake up that there's more wealth than just money. You know, that's what this show's about. You know, is shifting the priorities. You know, back to the relationships that we have, and not just focusing in on money. Because there's more than enough. I don't know if I've told you, I've said this before, that there's more than enough money circulating on this planet for every 7 billion people to have $8 to $10 million apiece. So there's more. There's more than enough. But see, most people don't think big enough. You know, it's true. I mean, I've crunched the numbers, and Lord knows I do numbers forever. But you know, So tell me what I know you had. We talked about your aspirations and your goals, and they're mighty big. And so please share. I mean, because you have shared a lot of yourself, and where you know, how you cope, how you get through your challenges, and you've had more than you share. But then you can share your love and your wisdom. That's what's so valuable, is because a lot of people don't have your open-heartedness and your wisdom.
Well, I appreciate
it.
And
I'm very honored to have you here
on
my show. I appreciate this, because this is going to reach a lot of people, and it's important to hear this.
Thank you. Well, my main goal is to buy my orphanage in Brazil. That I was raised in an orphanage down there. So my main goal is to go back and buy it. And I know it sounds dreamy, but I've always thought that I could, like anybody, we could change the world. And my idea of changing the world would be, people tell me, oh, you can't change the world, but I believe that if I get my orphanage in Brazil, then I'll be able to, with each child that I help infuse them with self-empowerment and understanding and love, and just and say, if you want to go down there, then I have the orphanage, and I say, of course, you come here and you teach, you know, however long you want about what you're good at. Say, you know, even if you're just good at English, okay, we'll have an English curriculum to where we're going to teach them how to read and write, or say anything that people are good at. What I'd want to do is, there's an orphanage, there's gardens, so people come and be, you know, teach sustainable gardening, anything, but be able to explain to the children that the power is in their hands and they're loved, and so that when they get adopted and they go to Germany or they go to Switzerland or wherever they go from my orphanage, then they'll carry that in their heart, and they'll carry that, and just they'll remember that they were in a great orphanage. They weren't. It'll mean something, because I remember when I was in the orphanage, and so
you probably didn't get that, did you?
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah.
But I want it to be opposite of what I had. I wanted to be.
Yeah, yeah.
I want.
Well, obviously you've conjured that love inside of yourself somehow with whomever's come into your life.
I just never wanted anything that happened to me to happen to anybody else.
Yeah.
And so thus the buck stops here.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, wait a minute, like
Yeah.
the buck stops here, and so I want to
sweet.
perpetuate. Well, it's more of a duty. Like I'm like, wait, whoa, like that didn't feel nice, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I don't want anything like that to happen to anybody else.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, then you keep that in your list of things to do, and the money will appear. Everything will happen if you don't let go of that dream. It will happen. And I think that's a very honorable dream and goal. And you can do it.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. So, what else would you like to share about yourself?
Well, anything you'd like. I mean, I have this idea about Buddhist alchemy.
I know yeah, I know. I was very interested in that because I think that philosophy is really important, especially what you've come through and who you are today. So please share.
Well, it's just an idea of being one with everyone and everything, and just realizing that you're connected to the world, and what you do affects the world, and what the world, and so it's just controlling yourself is the ultimate control. And so controlling yourself and how you react to life, that will be how you carry yourself. That's how you get along. So I decided to utilize alchemy, which is to change. Alchemy is ancient philosophy about, but they also use it in Eastern philosophies and such. But the way I gathered it was that it was changing base metals to gold. So like any kind of metal that will rust or disintegrate into gold. So like nickel or iron into silver or gold. So I decided to put this into my life, and so my base metals is time, because people will say, oh, well, your time is this much. Like people will put, and
you don't listen to them.
Yeah, of course not. But it's just interesting how people will be like, oh, this is how much your time is worth to them, type of thing.
Well, that's their interpretation for their life.
Indeed. So what I do is I use time as my base metal. So as much time as I put into, so say if I go to school, I put the time into school and I do the work, and in the end, this time, this invisible time, this base metal that I put, will turn into a degree, this physical degree, and that's my gold. So that's just the idea that I have for Buddhist alchemy, is just the understanding that you also have to get there. In alchemy, there's these designs and there's these how do you say? There's these designs, and they
are you like referring to like a
mathematical equations.
Oh, okay. Well, that's.
But they created like a design and the symbols.
Like a mandala.
I'm
trying to
manner
understand what you're saying.
Oh, totally. It's like this. I wish that I had it. I wish I had the word, but either way, it's like a mandala. Let's say. Let's use that as an example. And so through it being in a certain manner mathematically, you're able to create gold. Let's say. So gold or anything valuable.
Okay.
So
anything.
So through a mathematical equation, but so this is how you put your life. So through you being taking this chance and taking responsibility for this and taking responsibility for this, through those things, you're able to create this human being who's able to do this and this and this. So it's always about having your mind, your heart, and your body all together.
Yes.
So that's what I was trying to
Amen.
explain. Yes. So that's what I was trying to explain.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that to me is very profound And you're learning that.
Yes,
And
it's still a work in progress.
No, well, we all are, but there's a lot of people that don't get that, you know, and to be able to articulate it, to explain it in an intelligent way isn't always easy. It's not easy at all, you know, because you've got to think through it, and then you got to think of the right words and how
and then I'm like, wait, but no, like that's not really how it's said. It's like, okay, how about you read this and this and this? I've written about it, you know, but it's just so large to try to articulate in one sitting.
Oh, absolutely, because it's huge.
Yeah, there's details. You can't just say the philosophy like, boom, this is how it is.
No, but to try to summarize it.
Yes. And encompass it. It's like holding a flame in your hand. You're like,
yeah, but if you can, like you're explaining it. I mean, I'm trying to understand. I mean, I do understand because I've been, you know, doing this self evaluation and self search and growth and challenge is all the opportunities. I've had lots of opportunities in my life, so I understand that because it's putting it all together. And I think today, I mean, we are living in a very fantastic time right now. Really, it's phenomenal, and because it's so, you know, the whole planet is being opened up to change, and this is what we need. You know, we need the change of getting past that, getting rid of the past that's negative, that doesn't work, and, you know, encompass. And really, I still say, and so many sages have said, love is the answer to all humanity's problems. If you address it with love, unconditional love, which people say, what does unconditional love mean? You know, and I say, you know, stop criticizing and judging yourself first and others. You know, I catch myself judging others. It's like, why? Who am I to judge that person?
Totally.
I'm not. Who am I? I'm not God.
I do it too, and it's about catching yourself.
And I'm not the manager of the universe.
Yeah. Well, it's just about catching yourself.
So yeah, when you can catch yourself, then it's like, okay, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
I'm getting it. So, you know, but it is hard to articulate because it's so huge.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, why do you think like the Dalai Lama and Deepak Chopra, you know, they have been doing this for years, teaching it for years, and I mean, I absolutely adore and respect and honor Deepak Chopra because he's so intellectually evolved spiritually, and he's got it. He gets it, and you know, I wish everybody could be on that frequency.
It takes all kinds, I've heard.
Well, you know, I mean, you know, some people will never get it, you know, and that's okay, you know. Yep. I mean, anyway, we're all here for our purpose and passion, our passion and purpose, whatever. But anyway, thanks for sharing that because that was a different perspective of to look at it. But it's a good way to look at it because you know, it's like my first book. And I never promote my books too much on this show because I just don't. But it's like my first book is about metaphysics, combining the spirit and the physical together. And finally science this year acknowledged that fire is God. You know, you know, what's that show called with the nerdy guys and there's 4 of them.
The Big Bang Theory?
Yeah, the Big Bang Theory, because the Big Bang Theory has been a mystery to science for years. But this year, they finally, I think it was in Italy, the researchers finally said, okay, that is, I mean, you can't explain it, so it's got to be a force that's beyond us. So, hello, universe, God, spirit, whatever you want, divine, whatever you want to call it, you know, it's there. So finally, the metaphysics is being acknowledged. And to me, that is like the awakening of the planet.
Well,
because, and it's the love thing too. So, Jimmy, is there anything you've shared so much, and I really appreciate it. Is there any other wisdom that you can share? Because we only have like 5 minutes left of our time.
Well, just Just love
I'm putting you on the spot.
Well,
I don't
no
mean
worries.
to,
Just,
but
just love yourself and just believe in yourself and just always listen to that voice that says, like, do better. Just always listen to that voice that says, like,
be in integrity.
Well, yeah, but also just the voice that's like, you're all right. Like, come on, like, we can do this. Just always believe in yourself and don't give up, because we're role models. Human beings, especially us. We're not us ourselves, but I'm talking about us in life. We're role models, and it's like we need to be so. We need to not quit.
Yes, amen. Yes, can never quit. I mean, you might as well die.
The moment you stop learning, right?
Yep. Well, thank you so much for being on our show.
Thank you very much.
And I've enjoyed it. And until the next time, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'll leave you with this. Never give up on your purpose and passion. Work with integrity and have a positive attitude wherever you work, and please, first and foremost, with your family and friends. Be grateful for what you have, who you are, and where you've come from, and be grateful for your freedom. And eat healthy. Good nutrition feeds the mind and your body temple. Don't forget to exercise. Feed your spirituality with meditation and prayer, with unconditional love, and love yourself unconditionally. Stop criticizing and judging and allowing others to dominate the way you feel about yourself. And share your abundance and wealth with others. When you are engaged in your relationships, be present. Be mentally and emotionally present, 100%. Thanks for watching. When fear knocks, let faith answer the door. Money is like love. It kills slowly and painfully the one who withholds it, and enlivens the other who turns it on his fellow man. Kahlil Gibran. You are what you are and where you are because of what has gone into your mind. You can change what you are and where you are by changing what goes into your mind. By Zig Ziglar. Bye for now. Until next time.